Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
George looking around. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And George, here we go. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Some nights as a defender, you just shake your head because Paul George uses his outstanding reach to get through the defense.
McCollum against George. McCollum left side. Lillard the pass to McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Covington kicks to McCollum. Morris with the rebound.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist from Covington.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Passes it to Beverley. Now here's Zubac. Outside, George. The 3 connects from three-point range. George has got 7 points in the game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
McCollum knocks down the 10-footer.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Beverley deciding where to go with it. Leonard with no one around. Great look, but off the mark. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Lillard, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Lillard outside. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter finds Lillard. Powell for 3. It's good from long range.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that 3, the more the floor opens up.
Pass to Kennard. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. 1:07 left here in the first quarter. And Lillard gets it to go. 6 points for him.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Clippers trail by 6. And here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter, and he comes up with the deuce.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Anthony. Back to Lillard. To the middle. Here's Cantor. Nice D from Cousins.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And Lillard throws it down.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Here's Jackson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Portland out in front, up by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Rajon Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the small forward spot. Portland leading by 4. Here's Simons. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Powell. He's guarded closely.
You've got to be able to manipulate pick and roll. Norman Powell taking what the defense gives him. That's really nice. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Rondo's shot is off.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping, the fast break chance. No good from Cousins.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Kennard, the bounce pass. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Jones checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Covington with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 4 on the clock. Here's McCollum. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Trailblazers lead by 8. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Nurkic with the block. It's deflected. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
George passes to Morris. Leonard, that's for two. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Lillard finds McCollum. To the paint. Nice move. Nurkic trying to get open, and it's Jones laying it in. Jones has got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. And it's Leonard missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Steps back and trains the jump shot.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Lillard from outside. Here's Nurkic. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Offline with his 3. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And now it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead. George, that's a 2-pointer. That one, no good. And so it's the Port. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. That's all for now.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. To the right side. Beverly for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Nobody near Lillard. That one a little long.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. He dishes it to Nurkic. Outside, Covington. Pass to Lillard. From deep. Stolen by Zubac. Inside, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Now Lillard. He's got 13. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Nurkic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll.
Zubac kicks to Beverly. Passes to George. Covington with the steal. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
We are talking about length and activity of Mr. Robert Covington. You want to know why coaches love his defensive presence? It's right there for you.
Beverly against Lillard. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Beverly.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Lillard way outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Beverly dishes to Morris. The 15-footer, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Marcus Morris money in the mid-range.
Lillard scanning the floor. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Kicks it to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers. Now, here is George. 7 points in the game. No good from outside.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Right side, George. Out to Morris. Back to George. Pass to Zubac. Crafty move. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Portland leading by 12. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Simons. .52 seconds left to play in the third. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Clippers trail by 14. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Yep, that one goes in there. Jackson's got 6.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Simons, the pass to Powell. And here's Kanter. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Rebounded by Anthony.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Kennard for 3. Off on that one.
How about the fast hands and lateral quickness of Norman Powell to get with his man and contest shots? That's good.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Simons surveying the D. It's Powell on the wing. Defended by Batum. The shot by Powell, no good.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 10. Jackson has the open look, and a miss there on the triple. And for Portland, they're shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Powell kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons on the money from 12 feet away.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Right side Jackson. Cousins trying to free himself up. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Here's Simons. The pass to Canner. Shot clock at 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
The drive by Jackson. Here's Cousins. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Right wing. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Kennard covering. Cantor's shot is off. The Clippers running out of time. Kennard with the ball. It's stolen by Anthony. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. His first shot coming late. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
You know, that's just the power and strength from Anthony. Able to take the hit and still play through it.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Cantor. Jones comes in for Hollis Jefferson. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. George dishes to Leonard. George trying to break free.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Trailblazers leading by 11. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now George up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
McCollum outside. He kicks it to Nurkic. Here's the three. McCollum, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And here's Leonard from three. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There's a level of physicality that Paul George is willing to play with. This guy can track down second chance opportunities with the best of them.
Lillard outside. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
A three from Leonard. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. That three off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Here's Lillard. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's 14 seconds left in the game. From deep three-point range. But they recover it. For the three. And it's Lillard again missing. From deep. No good there. So the Trailblazers win it. A truly gut. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. We are...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. They've got Chris Middleton, Antetokounmpo out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the 2 spot. Now, here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Now, here is Holiday. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside, but we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
That one good for 2.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Holiday. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Holiday's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Shot from free throw range, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
Holiday finds Antetokounmpo. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. And here's Morris for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Back to DiVincenzo. Bucks passing it around. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Back to Middleton. Just 4 to shoot. They get it again. And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And George kicks to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Only one man back on D. Morris outside. Outside, George. Passes it to Zubac. DiVincenzo with the rebound. And now the fast break. Middleton with the ball. DiVincenzo with it. George picks him up. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. Giannis against Zubac. Giannis inside. And the rejection by Zubac. Taken away by Holiday. DiVincenzo banked in off the glass.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Clippers trail by 3. George passes to Beverley. 1:10 left to play in the first. Back to George. He kicks it to Beverley. DiVincenzo against George. And the rejection by Giannis. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Forbes the pass to Portis. Down low. Here is Forbes, defended by Batum, tries again, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Kennard. Here's the pass to Cousins. Rebounded by the Bucks.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And good that time.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
To the paint, here's Cousins. Good D by Lopez.
Meeting right at the rim, he typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks bringing the quarter to a close. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Here's Tucker. The Clippers getting the bucket. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Now, here's Portis. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Shoots over Batum. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Kennard. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. The kick out to Holiday. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now, here's Kennard. Defense right on him. Batum passes to Oturu. And here's Kennard. And stolen by Portis. And it's the Bucks on the break. Holiday surveying the floor. Here's Tucker from outside the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Portis has got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
Must put a body on Portis. He loves to crash the offensive glass.
Jackson against Holiday. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins, and it's in there.
Finishing through contact, DeMarcus, one of the best at it, has the natural power and excellent body control.
Jackson against Holiday. Nice D from Cousins.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Here's Oturu. That one's not going to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Holiday, the pass to Tucker. Here's Connaughton. And the Bucks miss again.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Here's Cousins. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
And Forbes kicks to Portis. Back to Forbes. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Batum, it's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And here's Holiday. He has 5. Here's Connaughton. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Connaughton's got his second basket of the game.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Shoots over Portis. Cousins, no good. Bucks leading by 5, and it's the Bucks on the break. Here is Forbes. Tucker, the pass to Portis. Bucks passing it around. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Beautiful by Bobby Portis. Catches it in rhythm, and we know about the confidence he has.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson down low. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. And Shaq, you bestowed your Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And that
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Setting the floor for the Bucks, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Teague, and then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the power forward.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Morris, and Morris throws it down.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now here's Teague. Back to Antetokounmpo. 3 on the clock. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Clippers trail by 5.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
So it's the Bucks now. The Clippers getting the bucket. And Giannis throws it down.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Pass to Morris. Takes the 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Bucks leading by 5. Here's DiVincenzo. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from George.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Chalk up 2 there.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
DiVincenzo with it. There's the dish to T. Now Middleton. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. On the wing, Morris. From past the arc. Giannis grabs the miss.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on George.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
You think contested shots phase Kennard? No chance. And that's frustrating for defenders.
And Forbes kicks to Portis. Over to the left wing. There's the lob into the Kumbo. No good.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now, here's Kennard. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
How can you leave this guy that wide open? Please. That's terrible.
Forbes dishes to Giannis. No good from 11 feet.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And Cousins throws it down.
That's the move DeMarcus is capable of executing, using his strength to power through the contact.
So both teams making some changes here. The Clippers shooting their first free throw this game. Bucks have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Speaking of Bobby Portis, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, he's going to give you maximum effort every night.
So both teams changing it up here. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Beverly against Holiday. Back to George for the lead. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound in this one. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
The 3 from George. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
An elite defender, Holiday's speed.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Now here's Beverly. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Now the Bucks moving it up. Holiday with the ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He hits both from the stripe. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. George looking around. Pass to Oturu. They grab their own miss. The shot's good.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
The drive by Giannis. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
Now, here's George. Shoots the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Beverly against Howard. Middleton dishes to Giannis. Five on the clock. A leaner. And the shot is long. Clippers trail by 3. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And George with the stuff.
Long and athletic. PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's DiVincenzo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. DiVincenzo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Now here's Beverly over Holiday, and it's Beverly missing. Middleton against Leonard. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And to Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the effort? You did think a little contact would prevent Giannis from scoring, did you?
Now here's Leonard. And he makes that one.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Holiday finds Antetokounmpo. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter, and he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Clippers trail by 3. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson dishes to Cousins. Nice move. Rebounded by the Bucks. And here is DiVincenzo. Kick out to Giannis. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Sweet move. It counts.
And it's easy to see why Lopez is out here in these moments. Never afraid to take a big shot.
Now here's Jackson. Jacks up a 3. Lopez grabs the board. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Lopez. 3-pointer. Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. To the middle. Stolen by Middleton. Holiday against Leonard. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Milwaukee getting another chance here. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. One-on-one here. Jackson kicks to George. Kept alive. Here's Cousins. That one, no good. And so the Bucks take the win. They see. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to Brown out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 4. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Now here's Brown. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
And here's Leonard from 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Brown the pass to Claxton. Nets passing it around. Pass to Harris. Shakes him. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
I think it might surprise people that Joe Harris does not mind contact on the interior. That's a nice shot. Wow.
Now here's Beverly. And Brown over to help. From deep, George gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here is Harden. That one drops for him.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Now Beverly. There's the triple. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Now here's Beverly. The pass to Morris. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harden scanning the floor. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard on the wing. Here's Claxton. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Pass to Harris. Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. And George kicks to Beverly. To the inside. Zubac. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, Patrick Beverly defined mostly by his tremendous defense, but boy, is he finding people right now. Pretty pass.
Now here's Brown. Harden has a wide open look, and it's off from 3-point range.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. From deep 3-point range with the tip. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Pass to Beverly. Poked away. Zubac's with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly. George has got 5 points so far. Harden with it. He has 5. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
Now here's George on the wing. Morris. From downtown, it's hauled in by Claxton. Nets leading by 5, and here they come. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's Harden for 3. It's hauled in by George.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Los Angeles with another miss. In transition, here come the Nets. Durant's got the ball. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. It could go. He's off on that one. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for the Clippers right now, Luke Kennard out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the force line.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And here is Irving. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Jackson against Irving. And Cousins kicks to Batum. And stolen by Irving. Here's KD. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And the Clippers making a switch here. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Leading by 5. Here's Oturu. Great D that time from Durant. The Nets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Irving. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Passes it to Kennard. Shoots over KD. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Irving with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. The shot by KD. No good. Clippers trail by 7. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Now, here is Irving. 1:41 left now here in the second. From outside, off the mark. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Jackson gets the bucket.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Now Irving. The pass to Griffin. Back to Irving. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Kennard with the ball. He's picked up by KD. 18 feet out. Kennard's shot is off.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit. Who knows? But he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And Durant, here we go. Green passes to Griffin. KD looking around.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Kennard, the pass to Cousins. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Green.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half. It's Harden with the drive.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
George finds Leonard. Unable to get that one. And a deep three from Harden. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They're in good position at the half after a second quarter that was dead even in scoring. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
The hostile environment in this.
And that'll do it for our.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Harden out there with Luwawu. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the 4 spot.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
From deep, Harden. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
And no one hits a pull-up like the Beard. I mean, he's perfected the quick stop and pop. And that thing is a deadly shot.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Kawhi Leonard. Here is Harden. He's got 13. The 3. Pass to Claxton. 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 7 points in the game.
You allow Paul George loose in fast break situations. He's an absolute force in the open floor.
Luwawu, the pass to Harris. Harden outside. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
George double teamed. Morris outside. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Harden. From deep 3-point range, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Beverly finds George. Morris outside. Beverly wide open. Drills it from outside.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Inside. Claxton the pass to Harris. To the inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A different look for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Brown comes in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Right side, George. The shot comes out, and it's the Nets taking it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Irving misses. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Count that one.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Jackson against Irving. There's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Irving's got 7 points.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Jackson dishes to Batum. In the corner, Kennard with it. Shoots over Brown. Some solid defense from Brown. Brooklyn leading by 5. And Durant puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Kennard's shot is off.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson gets the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Irving finds Durant. From deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Boy, a forgettable night for him, but thankfully his teammates have played well overall.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Kennard with the ball. Just 3 on the clock, and it's good on the way in.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Zubac in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Zubac kicks to Jackson. And he banks in the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden outside. The offensive rebound.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Fires for 3. Morris, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The deep 3 from Harden. Another miss by Harden. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Morris. Green with the block. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
And it's Rondo penetrating. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And George kicks to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here are the Nets. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Outside, KD. Dishes to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Beverly, the pass to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Irving dishes to Durant. Fires the 3. He can't get it to go. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, Paul George has always had that aspect to his game. The mid-range where he can be efficient and effective is absolutely on point.
Durant, wide open, he fires. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Clippers trail by 10, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The 3 from KD. A three-pointer is right on target. Durant's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for the Nets. And George kicks to Leonard. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
This is what keeps Cousins' percentages up. The gimmies, my goodness.
And here is Irving. Brown outside. Nets passing it around. Durant in the corner. Again, Durant missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good even without a dribble.
Irving against Beverly. Left side, Jordan. Outside, KD. For 3. Shot clock reset for the Nets. The tray. That doesn't go either for Durant.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
The deep 3 from George. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's Jordan. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris. Paul George is out there at Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Dishes it to Nurkic. Jones kicks to McCollum. Shot clock at 5. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Jones, no luck.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. McCollum dishes to Jones. Passes it to Nurkic. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, Nurkic, with that soft touch, he's starting to cause some problems for the defense.
Outside Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Now, here's Lillard. Outside, Jones. He kicks to Lillard. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Here's Lillard. Nurkic, the pass to Covington. It's hauled in by Beverly. Leonard attacking. Pass to Beverly. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. George against McCollum. Nurkic with the block.
And Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Now, here's Lillard. To the middle. Nifty move. Count it. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
There's 47 seconds left in the first. And that one's good. Lillard.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Outside Leonard. Pass to George. Now here's Beverly. And there's the pass to Zubats. Lays it up off the glass. Zubats has got 6.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. And no good. George against McCollum. And George kicks to Morris. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Here's Simons, following the score by Reggie Jackson. A nice shot by Simons.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Passes to George. Down low, Oturu. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
It's his first trip to the line. And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Oturu, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, this is where Cousins' size helps him to have a passing window to find open teammates.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. In the corner, Powell with it. Pass to Simons. 4 on the shot clock. Drops in the layup for 2. Simons has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now Anthony to the paint. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Powell.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Kennard. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better. Keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Catching up on the changes for Portland. McCollum comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now, here's Zubats. 6 points for him. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Damian Lillard. Beverly looking around. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Kennard finds Beverly. To the inside. And they double up Cousins. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's Beverly missing. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 9 points. And here's McCollum for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
It's so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
Outside Leonard. 41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Excellent D there from Anthony. Here's McCollum. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Again, McCollum missing. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Beverly. And that would have counted, but his shot was off. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, what? And that should.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's... Oh, that was something else!
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Here's Kennard. He's got 6. Pass to Jackson. Left side, George. And the pass to Kennard. Here's Zubats. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Zubats has got 8 points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. The shot by Lillard wide open. And it's Lillard again missing. Here's George. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
And Portland making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland again missing.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
It's Powell on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 8. George passes to Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Anthony, the pass to Nurkic, looking to end the run, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Well, Melo's getting inside, maybe even under the skin right now of the defense.
Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Feeds to Cousins. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Giles is subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. Jackson with it. Outside, George. He feeds it to Morris. Up top, Batum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 8.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Simons, the pass to Giles. Passes it to Little. Now Powell. No good off the back of the rim. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. A shot missing. Powell, the pass to Giles. Shoots over Batum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Trailblazers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he knocks down the first one. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. And so he hits both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
1:05 left in the third. And now Portland on the break. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Little.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And you know he's so good coming off the pick and roll, but what do you have to take away? There's so many ways Leonard can hurt you offensively.
McCollum with the bounce pass. To the middle, stolen by Zubac. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Simons, the pass to Giles. And the layup falls. Giles has got 4 this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Leonard attacking, lays it up and banks it in.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Giles is out there with Jones. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. No good on that one. Clippers leading by 6. Man passes to Oturu. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. No good on the free throw for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington's checked in for Giles, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And for Portland, they're shooting at 50% in a decent group. McCollum, no good. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. Morris, no good. Here is Lillard. Inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Lillard against Jackson, and oh boy, a lot of contact. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. His demeanor was not one of the coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. Let's see if they were listening, guys.
The drive by Cousins, outside for Batum. Pass to Kennard. Now here's Jackson. Back to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock, and Leonard has it in the corner. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And 12 points for Leonard.
Check out the vision from Jackson. Doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from three-point range. Shot from the top of the key. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Pass to Kennard. That one doesn't go. And it's Portland the other way. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Jones kicks to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Outside, George. The pass to Zubac. Yep, that one goes. And the Clippers lead by 2.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
While taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Oh, and they take the lead. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
George against McCollum. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. 9 points for Paul George.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. First free throw is good, and that ties the game up.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe. And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
McCollum against George. Nurkic with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Jones is running. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And here's George for 3. Good! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lillard outside. Rockets hits. It's in!
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Now here's Leonard. Morris outside, and the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 3 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. What do you think, guys?
And they actually could take a 3 here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
From deep, George. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight. Indeed. David, thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 4 slot. And for Milwaukee, we've got Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Holiday. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. Now here's Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Well, Greg, fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
George against Antetokounmpo. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Beverly with the ball. Morris inside. Defended by Middleton. Morris passes to George. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Patrick Beverly likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace, nice finish off contact.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Morris following the basket by Giannis. Morris inside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Back to Middleton. The dish to Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Morris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
George passes to Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Back to Holiday. The pass to Antetokounmpo from the baseline. And that one goes long. Clippers leading by 6. Right side, George. Yes, that goes in.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. For the Clippers, here's Middleton. Makes it off the glass.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Jackson against Holiday. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Oturu. 5 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Middleton. And the dunk by Giannis.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jack Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Jackson misses.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Down low. And it's denied. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Rebound, Milwaukee. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Portis drives in. Feeds it to Tucker. Portis trying to free himself. A nice shot by Tucker. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Jackson. And a missed layup.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Clipper. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say.
I think the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
They've got Portis. E.J. Tucker is out there with Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the three. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
You have to like that move by Forbes. The dribble drive adding dimension to his game.
Here's Beverly after the basket by Milwaukee. Pass to Kennard. This one for three. They get the rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Teague to the inside. Here's Lopez. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. And it's good, 2 points. Lopez has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. The Bucks trail. Teague, the pass to Forbes. Lopez dishes to Forbes. Pass to Portis. Takes the 13-footer. The shot will not fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Batum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Bobby Portis.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis, he's checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Portis. Chris Middleton's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Jeff Teague. Here's Batum. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Antetokounmpo passes to Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Jackson against DiVincenzo. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Holiday comes in for Pat Connaughton. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket for Middleton.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And there's the pass to Morris. Lets it go with the 3. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Floats it up for Giannis. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. The shake. And he lays it up and in. Giannis has got 6.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Nobody near George. Off target with his 3.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Giannis kicks to Holiday. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Holiday surveying the floor. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Holiday. No good on the triple. Clippers leading by 4. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good with the triple. Bucks have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
DiVincenzo against George. Stolen by Holiday. And here's Giannis from outside. And that one released in time, but no good. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12 to. And that.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard no luck.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Outside, George. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 6.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Here's DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverley. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Now, here's George. 6 points for him. The feed to Cousins. 5 on the clock. And the Clippers miss again.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Tucker can't get it to go.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
Stolen by Jackson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. To the middle, here's George. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo passes to Portis. Cousins pulls it in. The Clippers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Stolen by Tucker. Portis with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Portis kicks to Connaughton. Back to Portis. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. He gets it in there. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And the Clippers have possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Lets a floater go, and the layup by Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 6.
If you play Reggie to take it all the way, this is what he can do. Quick floater over the top.
Now, here's Tucker, defended by Batum. And Tucker kicks to Portis, 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 36 seconds left in the third. Now Jackson. At the top of the key, Batum. Kennard on the wing. Here's Cousins. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks trail by 6.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
That one goes in. Portis has got 6.
Bobby Portis plays hard, gives 100%, puts himself in a position to succeed.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top, up by 6. And well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. 6-point game. Antetokounmpo out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Jackson. He kicks to Morris. Outside Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The dribble drive, yet another tool in Leonard's extensive arsenal, earns him a trip to the line.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Lopez finds Giannis. Trying to get open is Lopez. Giannis, no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting well. 50% from the floor. Morris against Middleton. Deflects the pass. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. And he gets it to go.
Drew does it how it's supposed to be done. Changes ends quickly, puts himself in the right position to finish.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. Inside, Zubac kicks it out to Leonard. Clock at 6. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Giannis high post. Leonard's there. IT that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 4. Jackson passes to Oturu. Now Zubac. And Lopez pulls it down. Bucks another fast break opportunity here. With some arc. Good work defensively by Morris. Giannis has gotten 4 shots to go in 12 attempts. Count it. Good.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
To the paint. Here's Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Jackson kicks to Leonard.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Here's Holiday. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Second chance shot. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. 18 feet out. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Here we go, one-on-one. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. The Clippers also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Paul George comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. Here's George. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
George against DiVincenzo. No good on that one. George with the defensive effort. And now the Clippers on the break. Beverly with the ball. Morris passes to Oturu. Morris kicks to George. Lets it go from deep. That shot off. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game.
Beverly against Holiday. Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. Shoots over DiVincenzo. But they'll get another chance. Back to Beverly. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Morris, no good. Middleton outside. Here's Giannis. Money!
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they foul intentionally. Gets the first, and that makes it a three-point lead.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation. And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it. and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. And let's go.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. Harden the pass to Luau. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Morris with the block.
Well, Marcus Morris, the frame and the length to block shots. That's pretty.
Nobody near George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harden right side. Moves back up. Claxton no good. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Harden with it. George picks him up. Jordan kicks to Harden. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber. Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
But they get it back. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harris. Three-pointer. Harden missing again.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention four-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Here's Luwawu. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Harden against Beverly, and George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and Irving subbed in for James Harden. Jackson against Irving. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And even through contact, Kyrie still able to finish shots consistently.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Now here's Batum. Outside Jackson from deep. It's hauled in by Claxton. The Nets trail by 4. Irving drives in. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Hits it from three-point range.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Irving surveying the floor. And he drops it in from the low post.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Cousins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's Jackson on the assist by Cousins.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Irving against Jackson. It's deflected. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Outside Irving. And the rejection by Cousins.
7'6" wingspan in the house, and he says, get it out of here.
Man can't hit.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Irving attacking. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Jackson from long range. Brooklyn with the rebound. Takes a 3. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers ahead. They're up by... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3. And here's Harden. Puts up a 3. And with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets.
That was worth the price of admission. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Beyond the arc. Griffin grabs the board.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Here's Kennard. That one off the back iron and out. Nets trail by 5. The 3. Again, the miss by Harden. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league. Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Jackson against Harden. Kennard for 3. Sinks the triple. Kennard's got 6 points.
Well, that's his shot right there. You know, if he gets any kind of room, he's going to dial it up from distance.
Harden surveying the D. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Kennard. With the second effort, Jackson has the open look. No good on the 3. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Harden, he can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Batum.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great plays. Morris, no good. Nets trail by 7. Irving attacking. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Zubac. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Los Angeles leading by 5. Some solid defense there from Irving.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Durant, no good.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Llewellyn. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Irving against Beverly. Over Irving. Here's Morris. And that one is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Lobs it up for Jordan. An emphatic LU jam.
DeAndre Jordan simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Back to Beverly. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. A three-pointer, no good. 3 on 3. Irving with a clean look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. A 3 from Leonard. No good on the last second attempt there. And that'll do it for the... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did give up a couple back. And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
We've got Brown. Johnson is out there with Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's Irving in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And stolen by Jordan. And oh, here we go. Here is nobody back. Irving from long range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
George against Brown. George dishes to Leonard. George looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Leonard. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Pass to Brown. Harris outside. Lets it go with the 3. He is hauled in by Paul George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got his first points of the game.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Leonard with the steal. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Out to Harris. Nets passing it around. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Blake Griffin comes in for Johnson. And James Harden subbed in for Kyrie Irving. George against Brown. The 11-footer. He squares up and sinks it. And the Clippers lead by 3.
I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
Here is Harden. And Harden with the stop.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now here's Jackson. .153 left to play here in the third. Good on the triple. Morris has got 5 points so far.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Harden against Jackson. Now here's Harden. Defense is right there. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 4 points this quarter. There's the pass to Mann. Over Harris. Outside for Jackson. Three-pointer. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. He's got 5.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Pass to Brown. Back to Harden. Lays it up off the glass.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
George against Brown. George passes to Cousins. Outside for George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Nice shot by Harden, wide open, and he hits it to tie the game up. Harden's got 9 points here in the second half. And here's George for 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
From deep, Harden. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
And George kicks to Morris. That one's off. Still out of sync. The shot, no good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nets lead by 3. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Jackson in the corner. Stolen by Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Cousins is checked in. Leonard dishes to Cousins. And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Harden outside. Passes to KD. The tray. And the 3 ball is good. And the Nets lead by 8.
You simply cannot give Kevin Durant any room to shoot it. And his consistency over the years is really what's striking.
Kennard for 3. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Durant wide open. He fires, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi mixing it up.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. The three from Harden. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 6. And there's Jackson on the assist by Cousins.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Harden the pass to Durant. That one falls.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
Outside Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. Nets leading by 6. Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. This is to Griffin. Here's Harden. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets. Jackson finds Leonard. Back to Jackson. Wide open look. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shoots the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years. And if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Outside, KD. Stolen by Jackson. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
From deep Harden. The shot off that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. The pass to Kennard. Over Durant. Kennard's shot is off.
Boy, a miss like that would drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Griffin kicks to Irving. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Nets lead by 6.
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
Kennard for 3. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
So for the Nets, Green is checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Irving. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Here's George. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now, here is Harden. Out to the right wing. Here's Luwawu. Off target from outside. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. George, no good. Now Harden. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Probably. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.